Hi guys and welcome to Tailored Talk. We're now on to Lightly Toasted, aka Destiny. And this is called let's take a look. Full screen. There we go.
Hey guys, I started to do 2017 and realized that just January alone is pretty thick because that's when a lot of stuff happened. So I think I'm just gonna make just January as a part. It probably won't be as long as like the two-parter from before, but there's a lot going on in this video and you guys want a video, so just gonna get it over with.
It's not that long. It's only 31 minutes. Her previous videos have been like 51 minutes. So this one's short. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. Because Destiny also talks a lot and I also talk a lot. So this is probably going to be like an hour video, guys.
All right.
Gee, oh God. I hate that burp introduction.
Alright, so in the start of 2017, let's see. Oh, one thing I want to mention before.
Can I just say that Geordie, oh lordy, it's Geordie. His face is hilarious when that burp intro comes up.
I get into this, when I said that Amberlynn and my mom got into an altercation, Amberlynn didn't hit my mom.
She probably didn't because she knew that she was going to get knocked the F out. That's why.
Didn't get the chance.
She knew that your mother wasn't playing around. That's why she didn't hit your mother. She knew she would get laid out. That's why. Destiny's mother was not playing around.
She kind of just, like, I don't know if my mom, like, slapped her, did whatever to her, but Amberlynn just essentially fell to the floor. And just took it.
yeah. She's gonna lay there and take it, and then get up, and probably cry in the bathroom or something. She's not gonna go toe to toe with Destiny's mother. Destiny's mother would have just gone ham and cheese, and then dragged Amberlynn out, and then chucked her stuff outside. Like Destiny's mother was not playing around with that child. No.
Let's see. Talked about in January Redbox movies. We were getting them too often and paying outrageously for them. She did a DVD haul. I don't even have any of those DVDs. I don't think keep any of them. She did show the Married with Children collection. I want to say we got that so cheap. We got it at Ollie's for literally $1 a season. The only DVD collection I can think I have, because I don't even have like my Star Wars like VHS tapes or anything. I didn't have many of those on DVD, but the only collection I have now of DVDs is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Clearly I'm a big fan. That's my dog again. Kakar. Tartar. Say hi. Don't mind his
Do you find it hard to say no to your friends?
Yes. I'm a generous person.
You can think of.
Okay, sorry guys, this is gonna run all the way through. It's not letting me skip.
Because I really have to tighten up with my finances. But what about you come to my house instead?
Okay, I do think that Amber was getting paid from feeders earlier on. Oh, I can skip this ad.
I don't know what you would call it. It's a belly band. Because he likes to try and mark. He's in a constant fight of doing it for some reason. I don't know why. So I did that so he doesn't ruin any of the furniture. He has not really done it since we moved in here. And he just started doing it. I don't know if it's because I know Bo's not doing it. I don't know if he's just trying to like assert his dominance, what he's doing, but he ain't running no furniture. Let's see. Amberlynn shows a lot of soups. Like I said, I never ate those.
So Amberlynn ate those huge pots of soup for herself, probably with a lot of bread to go with it.
She talked a lot about us watching DVDs. I know this stuff is boring, but it's just what I wrote down.
Yeah, just say what you got to say, Destiny. This is your channel. This is your chance to speak. You know, say whatever you want to say. A lot of people say that this drags on, but, you know, this is her channel. If she wants to speak about DVD movies and, you know, or Libby or Nick or whatever for the next hour or whatever, this is, you know, Destiny, this is your space, and, you know, you should feel comfortable talking about what you want to on your own channel.
I don't really rent DVDs anymore or anything like that. I have pretty much every streaming service now, and I have YouTube Premium. Let's see. And then Amberlynn also makes a video about Trisha Paytas, like her wanting to see her. So let's see. Let me move this just a little bit. Let's see. Right there. She was obsessed with Trisha Paytas. I don't know.
I barely know who Trisha Paytas is. I haven't really looked her up. I've only seen her in relation to kind of Nick Ocado being interviewed by her. And I know the H3 podcast, kind of frenemies, controversy and the breakup. But I don't really know anything about Trisha as a person or her controversies or anything like that.
Oh,
I mean, she's popular, obviously, but that's all I know.
When that obsession started, but I don't know. She talked about her all the time, and I know she watched her a lot.
Is Amber like Trisha? Let me know in the comments.
She mentions the thing where I got called an it at a restaurant again. I already addressed this before, but that did not happen. I did not get called an it. And when she's explaining it in this part, she makes an excuse that I wasn't there to hear it. So, who's to say that actually happened? This is when she started reading a lot of y'all's Snapchats, like opening.
They could have done, but I think, you know, Destiny says that she gets misgendered a lot. I don't think she could have been, but I don't think in this that she was called a knit. It's either boy or girl.
Them in videos.
And, you know, Destiny admits that she made that up, but Destiny's either one gender or the other. I can't imagine somebody calling her an it. Although it can happen, but it didn't in this case.
And how she didn't want to be on a schedule with vlogging. I literally wrote, this stuff is pretty boring. It got really boring in the beginning of January. She started discussing a lot of the hate that she started getting. She talked about how we do a lot of date nights and stuff. I wouldn't really call it date nights. I would call it Amberlynn making a plan for the day and doing it. She said that her favorite date night, though, was to stay in bed and cuddle. We, like, 98% of the time never did that. We were always having to go somewhere. Like, we never stayed home, really. She said something about us paying for the U-Haul when we moved to Kentucky. I stated that before. We did not pay for that U-Haul. Her foster mom did. There's a video of me trying to knock down the icicles, and like in the video that I watched of it, it is PR positive, by the way. I will try to remember to mention them in the description.
That's nice of her to mention the creators that are putting out the clips of that content. Nice of her to mention them.
It like zooms in on me missing every time I try to hit an icicle. I'm only 5 foot, so.
Okay, so she's literally Foodie Beauty's height.
Got a little offended.
Could you imagine Destiny as round as Foodie Beauty?
Not really, but
She doesn't look that short. I would have said that she's like 5'7", 5'8". She doesn't look short at all. She doesn't. Yeah, it's the same with Zach. Like I thought, Zachary Michael was like, yeah, 5'7", 5'9", but he's like taller than he looks. And Destiny is, Destiny. He is taller than he looks, and Destiny is shorter than she looks.
That's why I couldn't reach the icicle. And it says, at this point in time, that's when I had started to make a couple of friends myself at work.
Good for you.
There was a few times that it got like paused when I'd make funny faces at the camera. I made funny faces at the camera because it's awkward. Like you can just be like minding your own business and then boom, camera in the face.
Yeah, and the ones where Amber is trying to film her getting changed and in the shower and stuff, that is so wrong. That's so manipulative. It's disgusting, and the fact that she kind of she laughs as if it's hilarious, that is so wrong. So intrusive, but like also so very typically Amber at the same time. She really doesn't give a shit about people's. She has no respect for boundaries. And if she was like that on camera, can you imagine what Amber's like off camera?
She talks about liking my long hair because I was getting a haircut in one of the videos.
That's her way of saying, Destiny, I like your hair long. Do not get it cut.
I wanted it really short, like it is now, but I never got to that point for a while. And then her showing the haircut that I got in that video, I noticed from behind that they messed up, like right here in the middle of my head. There was like a shorter spot, like they did it and then they didn't finish around it. I don't know. It looked weird. She showed us eating at Olive Garden with Charla and Jalissa. Charla making her cheese ball. Cheese ball's so good. Amberlynn made a soup and she counted the calories that were in the soup. I don't know. She starts talking about her poems and her writing. And then I wrote this down when we were at PF Chang's with Charla and Jalissa. That was before this, but it was like a flashback. We all read our fortune cookies, and mine said, new changes coming soon. And I put,
New woman coming soon.
i.e. dumping Amberlynn. Because at this point in time, things had been rocky for a little. We all read our fortune cookies, and mine said, new changes coming soon. And I put, i.e. dumping Amberlynn. Because at this point in time, things had been rocky for a little while, as y'all know.
They sounded like they've been rocky for some time.
Amberlynn starts talking about the story that she's been writing.
But Amber was never going to let Destiny go. Destiny was going to be the one that was going to have to leave.
For a long time.
To this day, I do think Destiny is the love of Amberlynn's life.
Over like 200 pages. She vlogged this purse. Then she ended up buying it. I put, I'm so over Walmart. I actually went to Walmart yesterday. Like, went into it, and it was not that bad. That was like the first time that I had been in there in a long time. The one close to us, and it wasn't that bad. It was insanely hot in there, though. Let's see. Talking about getting rid of necklaces just to buy more. She started talking about having anxiety attacks at work. I only ever remember her having an anxiety attack at work, like, I don't know, like a couple times. It was not like an everyday thing towards when.
Is Amber over-exaggerating the panic attacks to force Destiny to stay with her? It is a typical abuser tactic for abusers to exaggerate physical problems or mental health issues to stop their partner from breaking up with them, to keep a hold of their partner.
I didn't understand why she was quitting the job. Like, she literally just, like I said, we went to the new building and she just was not having it. I don't know what it was. I think really she just didn't want to work. I think she just wanted to do the YouTube, and
She may have been getting paid by feeders at this point and thought, you know what, I'm getting paid so much by feeders, there's no point in me having to do a 9 to 5.
that's just what she decided to do. I said, I thought that.
But didn't, like, back then, Amber had like 200 something subscribers. Didn't Destiny question where the money was coming from and how Amber could just ditch a 9 to 5 just like that with a YouTube channel that wasn't really, you know, that popular? You know, it's feeder money. It's feeder money. How is Amber able to just throw away a 9 to 5 and start videos? It's feeder money. How is Foodie on her second bankruptcy and able to fly here, there, and everywhere to Kuwait and go and have fast food all the time? Feeder money under the table. I'm telling you guys.
The job would be perfect for her. It didn't require a lot of anything, and it was really easy money because she was good at it. It wasn't hard work, and it made good money, and you were just sitting. Like, it wasn't strenuous. It wasn't nothing. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it couldn't be strenuous.
She made up a lot of excuses of why she wanted to quit her job. And she stated, I said that I was like, yeah, you need to quit. You know, just you do YouTube and stay home. I did not tell her that straight up. I told her that she's an adult and it's clearly her choice. You know, she's grown. It's her choice. I shouldn't have a say in if she wants to keep her job or not.
She's over-exaggerating the supportive girlfriend role.
She was making decent money on YouTube, though, I can say. I don't remember exactly.
But how, Destiny? How? Your partner's making the money monthly and you don't question, with like 200 subscribers to her name, and you're not questioning, like, how?
Exactly how much, but she was making pretty decent money.
Where's that money coming from?
I went to the ER, and this is where they told me it was probably stress-induced. I don't know why she doesn't mention that, because it was literally in the paperwork that I got back. And she starts talking about how I needed to I had referrals and stuff to follow up with people. I didn't have health insurance all the time. I literally just lost my health insurance because my dad was going through a divorce. So health insurance was just I didn't have it.
What has the divorce got to do with maintaining health insurance? Can someone let me know in the comments? I'm confused.
Let me see.
Steve here was stressing out about his spending, but then he spoke to TSB.
Sorry
and the
guys, I'll just
room
speak right through the ads.
didn't
So it
seem
sounds
so
like
scary.
she was just made Amber Lynn, you know, as a constant history of kind of embellishing things to make them sound better, to make Destiny sound
New Cadbury
more
caramel
supportive
ice
about
cream.
this YouTube
You
thing than
already
she
know you're
really
going
was.
to love it.
And then I also put, this says, Amber Lynn was not fired from her job. She just never went back. That's literally it. She literally had me take her home. We stayed home for a day, and then she literally just never came back. I know that our boss did call her and try to talk to her about, like, oh, you know, like, what's wrong? Why don't you want to stay? And she gave her a chance to, like, make up her mind, but she obviously made up her mind.
That's so rude. You know, if you're going to leave somewhere, that was a good job, at least have the courtesy to tell your boss that you're going.
After she quit, she really wanted me to, when I went on lunch, because we only got a 30-minute lunch, we got 2 15s and a 30. And
2 15s and a 30 is really good. I wish I had 2 15s and a 30.
during lunch, she wanted me to sit in my car and call her and just talk to her on my 30 minutes of lunch, which wouldn't have been a big deal.
It kind of is a big deal because it's typical abusive behaviour. On your breaks, spend time with me, talk to me, comfort me. Because if you're talking to me, and if you're dealing with me, then you're not talking to other people. Typical abuser tactic.
But I don't know, like, it was like I had to, you know? There wasn't, I didn't have a
Yeah, because she's not going to give you any leeway concerning that.
choice. Like, I couldn't be like,
She wants to make sure that your attention is focused on her on your breaks.
oh, you know, actually, I wanted to hang out with so-and-so during lunch, you know, whatever. No, that was not an option.
Wow. I'm not surprised at that at all, but wow. Wow. It's just kind of shocking how debilitating she made Destiny and how emotionally abusive she is this early on. Wow.
You'll see that coming in a minute. Let me see. I had friends that I wanted to hang out with, but Amberlynn only really wanted me to sit with either with Charla or be in my car and talk to her. That was literally it. Like,
Wow. She's like picking who you can and can't talk to.
I could go on lunch with Charla. Me and her could talk. Or we would end up calling Amberlynn whatever anyway.
And even, she's not even there, she's at home. Even if you spent time with somebody else, how the hell is Amber gonna know? Wow.
She started doing a lot of weigh-ins here because she got a new scale. And I also put, at this point in time, Dana and I hadn't spoken since, like, before Thanksgiving. And then we still weren't talking at this point. Had not spoken since Thanksgiving. So this is where it's going to get interesting.
Guys, do you believe Destiny when she says that? I don't know.
For y'all. Because y'all have thought different for so long. She hit 30,000 followers. Charla started calling out a lot and hanging out with Amberlynn when she would call out. I put Amberlynn is probably 68% soup because she's recorded so much soup. She started watching a video to herself and got emotional, blamed her weight gain on mental illnesses, which, I mean, it is mental, but, you know, like, I don't know. She has...
But you don't think she was mentally ill? Like, there were mental barriers, but you don't think it was mental illness?
the power to do so, and she's just still not done it. You know, like, obviously she's done it before. She just can't do it now. I don't understand. She started talking about her childhood and living in a trailer and that she broke her ankle. I didn't remember this story. Like, I remember her talking about wearing her mom's high heels all the time, but I don't remember the broken ankle part. But it would, I guess that would make a lot of sense. But she said she broke her ankle tripping over her bike because she didn't want to listen to her mom and take off the heels before she went and got her brother. She had a cast but refused to use crutches, so she just stayed out of school and her parents basically just helped her walk around. Okay, so after that, she starts explaining that we broke up, because we broke up 13 days into January. So she did all this boring stuff and then it happened. So the night that we broke up, I went on lunch, but I wanted to eat lunch with my friends.
The Destiny broke up with me video.
Literally just sit in the building of work at a table and sit with the friends I had made. It was literally 2 people. And Dana was not one of them. Just hanging out. I thought there was some on my finger.
It's just by the way that Destiny says that Dana wasn't one of them, it sounds like Amber Lynn was constantly fishing around for information as to if Destiny was cheating or not. Because even now, years later, you know, they start, you know, even 1922, yeah, so even now, like 4 or 5 years later, like, yeah, 5, 6 years later, even now, it's like Destiny is trying to convince us that she was not in contact with Dana at all. Even though we don't care. I don't care if they were sleeping together. I don't care. But it sounds like Amber Lynn put her through a lot of hell concerning her insecurities about Destiny cheating.
it could just be. I think it's.
You don't need to
yeah.
convince us of nothing. I don't care.
Amberlynn wanted me to call her, and I did lie to her. Okay, so I'll admit to that. I lied to her and said that they were doing announcements at lunch that were important, so I couldn't call her. Like, I had to stay in the building. But I only lied to her because if I told her, no, I'm going to sit with them, it would have been like this whole argument. It would have been this whole...
How scared Destiny must have been to make excuses as to why she's talking to friends at lunch instead of placating and trying to comfort Amberlynn. You know, every day this woman is walking on eggshells to deal with Amber's bullshit.
Big deal. And I just didn't see the point. Like, why couldn't I just hang out with my friends?
Exactly.
But to her, that was just such an issue.
It's betrayal to an abuser like
so
Amber.
Amberlynn texted Charla about these announcements, and of course Charla didn't know what she was talking about. So she said we didn't have any. And Amberlynn was going off on me. But this was towards the end of lunch, and at that job you cannot bring your phone. At this one, like at the old building, we weren't able to bring it into the building at all. But at this new building, we had like a cafeteria type area with lockers, and then you went into like the locked side of the building. We couldn't bring our phones into that locked side. Like, they had to stay in our lockers. So she was going off. I didn't have time to argue with her. I had to put my stuff up and I had to go to work.
Thank God.
I don't really remember talking to her on my last 15 of the night.
You know, Amber, you know how strict they are. I've got to go, honey. Bye.
I know it was a Friday. I said the drive home was about 30 minutes, and, you know, she called me. We were going off on each other, just screaming back and forth, and I was just tired of arguing with her and her trying to be so controlling. And I literally broke up with her, and then I hung up. And then I just refused to answer the phone, and she kept calling to the point I just turned it off. And
good for you, Destiny. Where's the Kardashian "it's what she deserves" gif and an applaud gif? Good for you. Good for you. She's so over it.
I think I must have turned my phone back on at some point because I ended up meeting Charla, and I put Jalissa, but it was not Jalissa. It was what is her name? It was her cousin, not her sister, and I don't remember her name. It's like drawing a blank. I don't know why. I ended up meeting them at Walmart though, and then one of my friends that I had ate lunch with, and we went somewhere to eat, and just we hung out like for the majority of the night. I just didn't want to go home. I didn't want to deal with her, which was kind of, I think Charla was trying to be sneaky on that end. Like, you'll see in the upcoming months why I say that. I went home super late. I came home and she tried just arguing with me some more, trying to figure everything out. And I basically just explained to her that she wasn't changing. I don't know, like she wasn't, like we weren't clicking no more. Like it was becoming.
I'm so glad that Destiny got out of that relationship without being hurt. Because right now, as Destiny's explaining, I'm a little worried that it's going to get physical again and that Amberlynn is actually physically going to hurt her or harm her with some kind of weapon at this point.
More.
I mean, we all knew that Amberlynn was like a needy and a bit of a terror, but like never to this extent. So it's just really strange hearing this.
Of a hassle in a relationship, you know? So I was like, you need to work on you and I need to work on me. So I didn't want any kind of relationship, any kind of nothing. I really just didn't. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew it wasn't being with her.
Wow, good for you.
Finally just went to sleep. Did have to sleep in the same bed as her because that was a whole thing. I went to my mom's the next day and just
emotional abuse. She probably might have told Destiny that she was going to do something to herself if Destiny didn't sleep in the same bed. Imagine being so disgusted by somebody and breaking up with them and then being manipulated and forced to share a bed with this person day in, day out. It's the same thing that she did with Becky. I mean, Jesus. How is the bed taking their weight, taking Amberlynn's weight and Destiny, and Amberlynn's weight at like £500 and Becky? Jesus, these beds are made of steel.
Stay gone for the day, and then Sunday it was Charla and I just hung out. I think we had already had that planned. I don't know, but it was just her and I. We just
I'm so glad that Amberlynn didn't hurt her. I'm so glad. I mean, who knows? She could have done, and Amber may not be saying it, but I'm so glad that she didn't physically, hurt Destiny during this time. Because, LGBTQ abusive relationships aren't talked about, but they do happen. And I'm so glad that Destiny is shedding some light on this.
went to like a sandwich place, and then I think I went home, and then I went to like Goodwill or something. I just stayed gone the majority of the day.
Get hardware-based security to protect PCs, even way outside the firewall, with Intel vPro.
Get that money, Destiny, with these ads. I'm not even mad at you. Get that money.
On this day is when I changed all my social media. Like, I changed it all to single. I changed, took her out of my bio. Changed my profile picture.
Wow.
I really was just done.
She's just so fucking over it.
I didn't want to fix it, and I knew she wouldn't change.
Good for you. She's an abusive piece of shite. Good for you. You know that Destiny is over this because she's not even going, not even umming and ahhing and going, should I? Shouldn't I? Should I give her another chance? Maybe she can change. Her childhood was so rough. Maybe we just need therapy. She's not going through any of those steps. She's like, I'm fucking done. This is it. We're over. Good for you, Destiny. How many times have I said good for you? But really, I'm so glad that she didn't give Amberlynn 100 chances like we see people do in relationships.
Said she did still make me sleep in the bed with her. She blames it on her attachment issues and anxiety, but I literally just gave in to sleeping in the bed with her just to not hear it. And I think
I wouldn't have, but then again, we don't know what Destiny went through. I'm breaking up with you, sleep by yourself. But I can understand why Destiny did it, because Amber is so manipulative that it must have been so hard to tell Amber no throughout this relationship.
I had been reorganizing some of the shelves in that guest room, and the bed had stuff on it, and I just hadn't had the time to get the stuff off of it. At this point in time, Dana had a boyfriend. So...
Yes, but were you in contact with Dana? Boyfriend or not? Were you sliding in those DMs? Were you having little chit-chats? Were you having undercover moments, Destiny?
Actually, one of the girls, after me and Amberlynn broke up, it was literally that night. It was one of the girls that I ate lunch with that I lied to Amberlynn about. We hung out that night, like I said, that we broke up, and Charlotte, and I don't know, I was like, oh, maybe... I thought about just, messing around with this girl, basically.
Oh, my God.
Not...
Oh, my God. What, the day they break... Sorry, I'm just going to go back.
We hung out that night, like I said, that we broke up, and Charlotte, and I don't know,
The night Amberlynn and Destiny broke up.
I was like, oh, maybe... I thought about just, messing around with this girl, basically.
Oh, my God. Amberlynn... God, Destiny moves quickly, doesn't she? Oh, my God. No, this is why Amberlynn is very paranoid about her cheating. But because how you get them is how you lose them. She was in a long-distance relationship, and she cheated with Amber. And ever since then, Amber's been girls are out to get my girl. Girls are out to get my girl. But Destiny, you move quick. You move the Flash quick. Oh my God. But Amber deserves it. I mean, but Jesus, you're moving quick, Destiny. Wow. You're sleeping in the same bed with Amberlynn. You literally cut it off that afternoon, and by 9 o'clock at night, you are looking for a new beauty to have some fun with. That's quick. She really didn't give a shit, huh?
Not anything coming out of it. I just was like, I don't know, kind of like a rebound
Yeah, but a rebound that day?
thing. I was like, maybe
That's
That
one of the quickest rebounds I've ever heard.
that happened.
You couldn't even wait until past midnight, huh?
I hadn't talked to Dana yet, though.
Do you think she was sex starved? Because wow, wow, that's quick.
Let me see. I said I wasn't wanting anything serious.
I bet. Of course
And
not.
then it wasn't the day after me and Amberlynn broke up, but like the second day. So it was the day after I changed all my social media. Dana actually texted me and she just said, hey.
Oh my god.
And then I just said, hey, back.
Destiny wanted to flirt the day she broke up. The day after the breakup, Dana magically comes into the picture. She's been following Destiny on social media, just waiting for this day to happen. Oh my god.
We hadn't talked since Thanksgiving, like I said.
These women
And she
are
just asked
moving
if I was
quickly.
okay because she saw my picture change.
Moving quick,
And I
but
just
Jesus,
explained
I
to
mean,
her
there's
what
that
happened.
there's that joke about you know lesbians moving in, U-Haul lesbians moving in really quickly together. But Destiny, you are moving super quick. Usain Bolt quick. You are the Usain Bolt of LGBTQ. You are going quick, sweetheart.
And that was that. You know, like she had a boyfriend. That was that.
She's putting the feelers out, Destiny. She's heard that you've just broken up with Amberlynn, and she's putting the feelers out. She's had this target on your back, and you don't even know it. Dana wants you. Dana has wanted you for a long time. Ever since, even probably when she knew you were with Amberlynn, she's wanted you for a long time. And now you finally got out of this relationship, and she's, even with a boyfriend, she's saying, hey, how you doing? Want to come over? Like, she's got her claws are sinking into you, Destiny, and you don't even know it yet.
I actually started trying to hang out with that other girl a lot and just basically trying to hook up with her. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with that, but it was just like also keeping me away from Amberlynn. I was just like, I also just talked to her, kind of like confided in her, just talked about stuff with her, you know, like we ended up still being friends after all this, by the way. Like it didn't go like sour or anything. Just when I talked to her, kind of like talked to her, kind of.
Sorry, I'm just going back.
Away from Amberlynn. I was just like, I also just talked to her, kind of like, and then I actually started trying to hang out with that other girl a lot and just
The other girl that was the rebound girl.
basically trying to hook up with her. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with that, but it was
So
just like
quick.
also keeping me away from Amberlynn. I was just like, I also just talked to her, kind of like confided in
Destiny,
her.
you put
just
some
talked
men to
about
shame,
stuff with
honestly.
her, you know, like we ended up still being friends after all this, by the way. Like it didn't go like sour or anything. Just when me and Dana started dating. I ended up asking her out on a date though, just to see like where things would go, and she basically just told me she didn't want any sort of relationship because she had just some personal stuff going on that she wanted to work on. And then
But did she want just the physical stuff without a relationship?
I saw on Facebook that Dana and her boyfriend had broke up,
Oh, I bet.
and I just
I bet. I wonder how quick that was. I wonder how many weeks or how many days. You know, Dana is a mastermind. She has been spinning that spider web around Destiny ever since she met her. Ever since she met her and she knew that she was with Amberlynn, she's had designs on Destiny, and she could never get to her because of Amberlynn, and Amberlynn probably sensed it, and that's why she made Destiny's life hell. But Destiny's acting like she can't see it, but you can see it. Destiny is, you know, Dana has had designs on Destiny. It's probably since the day that she met her, and now isn't it funny that now Destiny's changed her social media? How many days, how many weeks, Dana's now broken up with her boyfriend. As soon as Destiny changed her profile, she dumped her boyfriend. Let's be honest.
casually texted her, and
Yeah, like you both knew what was going on.
we just were talking. We
Yeah, sure.
ended up talking all that night.
Sexting all that night. Come on.
And the next day, I texted her and just said, like,
Want to bang?
how do you feel about me? Like, what are your feelings towards me,
Yeah,
basically?
yeah. Do you want to hook
I just
up?
wanted to know.
Do you want? No, I want to know because I'm single and I want to hook up with somebody.
Because
My beast of an ex-girlfriend is gone, and I'm ready to rumble. Basically, Dana. Do you want to hang?
I mean, I
Yeah.
have
Do you want to hook up?
admitted to emotionally cheating on Amber
I like the way you move.
Lynn, and it was like I didn't have like full on feelings for Dana.
Yeah, but you had enough feelings to where you wanted to sleep with her, without any strings.
In like the time before when we were talking, it wasn't like flirting or anything. Like Amberlynn even says, like, she read our text messages. There was nothing there, but
Yeah, but there doesn't have to be any flirting in order for there to be a spark. Like, she could just sense it. Dana could just sense it.
no, like I just wanted to know her more. Like we just
Well, no, you wanted to know if she was open to something.
clicked really well. Is really what it was coming down to. So I didn't know if it was like real
You knew deep down, and so did she, Destiny. Come on.
feelings, or if it was just I needed a friend.
Well, you needed more than just a friend, or a very touchy-feely friend. You needed more than just friendship, Destiny.
Feelings.
Like, she's so in denial.
'Cause I
She's
would
playing
talk to
this
her
really
about
cool.
So, I asked her that though, and then she didn't text me back for 3 days.
Yeah, because you know what this is what the answer is. Oh my god. Like, do you like me? Yeah, you knew. You absolutely knew. You knew what was going down. Oh, had to be Robbie Williams. Felix adverts. That's where your career is right now.
So I just took that as
In the cat litter.
she didn't. I was like, well, maybe, because I think I was on the fence that she was bi. I think her friend had told me that she was. Like,
Yeah,
she was
you
my friend that was in
knew.
our
You knew. Otherwise, you
training
wouldn't be
class. I think she told
contacting
me
her.
that Dana was bi, but she had dated a couple boys in the time that I knew her. So I didn't know if she was really bi or if she just had dated a couple girls, but she was just like, on guys now, whatever it was.
Okay.
I just went about my business though. Those 3 days, I didn't like bother her.
And
a
you
whole
didn't
lot or
text her
anything.
at all in those
And
3
then
days.
she texted me back finally on like that third day, and she said that she had feelings for me and had feelings for me since November. when
She's
her and
had feelings for Destiny
were-
since they met. That, in my opinion, she's had her eye on Destiny, watching her from afar since they met, and now she's finally broken up from the succubus. Dana can finally get what she wants.
like just friends, and that's why she quit talking to me. Because like I said before,
I really do believe she quit talking to her because Amber Lynn warned her off. But she'll never tell Destiny that though.
she literally just quit talking. Like after Thanksgiving, I could just be like, "Hey," nothing.
Yeah, because Amber Lynn said, Dana, get the fuck away from my girlfriend. That's why she quit talking to you cold turkey.
Like
After
she would not
Thanksgiving.
talk to me. So I just left her alone. I wasn't gonna do anything. So I told her I felt the same way though. I
Of course she did.
told her how I felt kind of in November, how like I really just wanted to get to know her better as a friend, and then like now we had the opportunity to be more than that. And
God,
I said I
you
kind
move
of had
quick,
thought about
girl.
that before, but I was with Amber Lynn. I think she might have had a boyfriend, and
Yeah, but you
you know,
still
it
have
just wasn't
feelings
the
for
right
each
time,
other.
clearly.
You still had feelings for each other, even though you had other partners. Happens all the time.
in November was when it started getting really rocky for me and Amber Lynn as well. And that's when I think I had tried to talk to her a couple times, but like I said, she didn't respond. But that was when I just really needed like some kind of a friend, because I needed someone to talk to about all this stuff. And I know I had said I was secretly talking to my ex, whatever, but they weren't responding to me, like I just needed someone to talk to. That's why I ended up hanging out with my mom a lot around this time, and I was just talking to my mom about everything. I said, so yes, I
Where were Destiny's actual friends, like Charla? You know, where were her actual like friends? Where were her friends at this time?
did sort of emotionally cheat, but I didn't act on it. Like there wasn't any flirting or anything like that. That was just kind of like in the back of my mind.
Yeah, but I'm not really gonna take your word for that, because emotional cheating can include flirting on some level, even if you're not really aware of it. I just don't think she wants to admit that she was flirting with other people while she was still with Amber Lynn. But I think that's exactly what she did,
Kind of thing.
because after she dumped Amber Lynn, she was ready to get into somebody else's pants. The night of the breakup, you were flirting with other people on the side, Destiny. Come on. Good for you. I'm not saying it's
after
bad.
we-
I'm just saying that I think that you were flirting a lot earlier. Not bad. I mean, you know, having a girlfriend like Amber Lynn, I don't feel sorry for Amber, and I should, but I don't.
Admitted to having some kind of feelings towards each other. We just started talking, and we went on our first date on the 27th of January. After work, it was basically the 28th, because I think we got off at like 2 in the morning, so it was basically the 28th. We had already planned on hanging out Saturday night, so this was a Friday that we went on this little date or whatever. We had planned on hanging out Saturday night, but I was like, hey, would you want to go to the truck stop with me and just get some food and talk and stuff Friday night? So we did that, and we were at the truck stop till like, sorry, till like 4 a.m. just like talking. I actually was trying to figure out, like, because she told me her friend was coming to get her, but it was getting on so late. I was like, do you want me to just take you home? Because this is getting late. And she called her friend, and her friend had accidentally fallen asleep, and they had to go get her siblings from somewhere, and she was like, oh no, I'm late for that. Like, I don't know, they were doing something. So then she finally left, and we had planned on hanging out the next night, like I said, just at her house, just having like a little movie night, whatever. She had a crazy day that day, I know, because, like I said, we were out till like 4 in the morning. Then she was out with her friend, and then she had to make up hours at work, because at this point in time at our work, if you missed any during the week, you could make up hours and go work on Saturday and work off
Is this Destiny and Dana like working at the same place, or?
however many hours you owed. And she had to do that, but she had to be there, I think, at 7 or 8. So she got there. Then she got off at like, I think 1 or so. And then she had to get her best friend ready for
This is very thorough. I was like, this happened like 4 or 5 years ago, and she is very thorough about what happened.
winter ball. So she had to take her to get her nails done, had to do her hair and all that. And then I finally went over there to hang out with her, and she was like, I literally haven't been asleep since basically Thursday night. So she was super tired. All we did was watch movies.
I mean, she's got a great memory. She's literally reciting. I know she's got it written down, but she's literally reciting step by step of what happened like 4 or 5 years ago. That couldn't be me. Destiny's memory is very on
Sort
point.
that mess out first.
Even though I
Cadbury
think
ice
she's
cream.
tweaking things
You
here
already
and
know
there,
you're going to love
her
it.
memory is very on point.
Warning. Content triggers salivation and savings. Get 1 large pizza, 2 sides and a
Can't
drink
skip.
for $19.99.
Sorry, guys.
What the hut?
I enjoy looking at pizza, so yeah, that's fine.
Let me see. And then I ended up staying the night with her because she fell asleep, like, I don't know. I think it was after we had went and picked her
Staying the night with Dana.
friends up from winter ball. Then she finally just was like ready to crash, and I was like, F it, you know, like I'll just stay the night, why not? As long as she was okay with it. And Amber Lynn kept texting me, asking me when I was going to be home.
Oh my God.
And I was like, just not responding. And
Broken up, and Amber Lynn is texting her. She's been pottering around at home all day, seething around at home all day, and you know they're done. Wow. And she's going on dates and growing this budding relationship, and still living with Amber Lynn and sleeping in the same bed as Amber during this time. That's crazy.
stayed the night. I know I remember waking up when, like, right when the sun was coming out because her neighbor had chickens and they started, like, cockadoodling. And I was like, Dana, there's
Cockadoodle
chickens outside.
Dana.
She was like, yes, there's chickens outside. You know, I was like, oh. I don't know. It just kind of scared me.
I wonder did they do anything, or were they just like in like a t-shirt and shorts, just just kind of cuddling in bed, or did like anything happen?
And then things just progressed from there with Dana and I. You guys know how that
Progressed from where to where, though?
went.
Progressed to just like hanging around and sleeping in your gym jams to what exactly? Maybe that's another like X-rated. That's like an X-rated one that Destiny's probably gonna keep to herself.
I went home probably like after lunchtime on Sunday, and Amberlyn had me run her all around Lexington doing what she wanted to do, and then we went to the movies. And
Doesn't that sound like Becky? Amber had me running around Lexington doing the stuff that she wanted to do. So it reminds me of Becky's, all we do is run around town and we do what you want to do and go to places that you want to go. The same thing. The same thing. The same thing Destiny went through, the same thing Becky went through, and is now the same thing that Wifey's going through. But Wifey knows what she's getting into, so she probably doesn't care as long as Amberlyn is paying for, that Lego and those sneakers and those new clothes. She probably doesn't care.
then, not too long after this, me and Dana had talked about a couple things, and I didn't know it, but her and Charla had been best friends at some point. And basically, like, she was just
Did Charlotte tell Dana about Rebound Girl? Or?
telling me that when you're friends with Charla, like, that's gotta be, like, your only friend, and, like, basically, like, Charla won't want you to hang out with anybody else. And I was like, well, that's how Amberlyn is. Maybe that's why they get along so well. And she was like, well, me and her, like, I did everything with her. We did all kinds of stuff together. And then I think she said something about it. She either got, like, a boyfriend or something. I don't know. This was before we knew Charla. So this was before I think we even started working there. And she said that Charlotte just started, like, picking fights with her about stuff, and she just ended up not being friends with her anymore. And after me and Dana started, like...
I'm just going to rewind this, guys.
Me and her, like, I did everything with her. We did.
Hang on.
She was just telling me that when you're friends with Charla, like, that's gotta be, like, your only friend, and... like, basically, like, Charla won't want you to hang out with anybody else. And I was like, well, that's how Amberlyn is. Maybe that's why they get along so well. And she was like, well, me and her, like, I did everything with her. We did all kinds of stuff together. And then I think she said something about it. She either got, like, a boyfriend or something. I don't know. This was before we knew Charla. So this was before I think we even started working there. And she said that Charla just started, like, picking fights with her about stuff. And she just ended up not being friends with her anymore. And... after me and Dana started, like, hanging out a lot more, because I started eating lunch with her, obviously.
Right, so Dana's working there. So, right, how did that happen then? Was Dana working there all along, or did she get a job there?
Charla started trying to start some drama between me and Amberlyn with Dana, just... like, she was just, like, spying on me, basically. She would just, like, text Amberlyn and be like, oh, this is what she's doing. But it literally, like, we broke up. It wasn't her business.
Well, exactly. But she's still
like,
living with Amberlyn and sleeping in the same bed and having to deal with Amber's needy, abusive bullshit.
Like, I wasn't in Amberlyn's business asking her anything, because
you don't care anymore.
So, but that is just... January of 2017.
That's just a month. Oh my god.
And I'm gonna finish out the year 2017 and try to go all the way up until this point, so you guys have a better understanding of how things went down after me and Amberlyn were just friends, and everything with Becky.
Oh.
And just everything of that sort.
Becky and Destiny T.
The tea is definitely coming.
Oh, it's here.
Some stuff up about
You brought us
Y'all
hot tea.
calling
Don't
me
worry.
a cheater and all this, and like I explained before, even though I was secretly talking to my ex, it wasn't in a way like that. It was like
Destiny, you are an emotional cheater. I have a suspicion that you are a physical cheater as well, but you'll never admit it because it makes you look bad. But you're definitely a serial emotional cheater. You have your next girlfriend lined up before you've gotten rid of the old one. You are an emotional cheater. That's it. I mean, you're gonna try and double talk your way out of it, but you're an emotional serial cheater. That's what you are. I blame you for going down that route with Anne Boleyn? No, I do not. But you are a serial cheater. Emotional cheating is still cheating. I'm sorry.
as friends talking.
I appreciate the tea, but
You know, like
You're still a cheater.
The only thing I'll admit to with Amberlynn is that I emotionally almost cheated on her emotionally.
that's cheating.
Like it was in the back of my mind,
You're
but I didn't even try to act on it because I was with her.
Yeah, but it's still in the
So,
back of
like,
your
you know,
mind.
like-
The seed is still planted
So there.
and it's
The only time I
growing.
really, really cheated was when I was with that girl and I cheated on her with Amberlynn. That was the real time.
Well, they're all real times.
So-
Emotional is real.
And I never gaslit Amberlynn. That's another thing. Like she called me a gaslighting cheater, and that is not.
Oh,
what
I do think she tried to gaslight Anne Boleyn because she's trying to gaslight us into thinking that she's not an emotional cheater. So I do believe that Anne Boleyn did try to gaslight Anne Boleyn. I absolutely believe that. But do I feel sorry for Anne Boleyn? No.
She was just very controlling and wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do. It was always what she wanted to do. So there you go. That is that for January. So I'll see you guys hopefully for the rest of the year of 2017. It won't hopefully have to be that in multiple parts. Hopefully. I don't see why it would, because for the most part, I can't remember a whole lot of like major stuff going down besides Amberlynn getting together with Becky.
Okay.
But that's not even like a whole lot of like drama stuff, like tea.
So we'll be hearing about that next. Oh, Destiny, I think that's going to be tea without you realizing that it's tea. I think you think that it's water in the cup, but it's actually going to be piping hot tea. I'm definitely going to be watching that.
So, but all right.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. I'm really glad that Destiny got out safe, and I'm really glad that, you know, she didn't get harmed physically by Anne Boleyn. But imagine breaking up with somebody because you just detest them so much and being forced to sleep in the same bed with them to ease their anxiety. What about Destiny's anxiety? What about her feelings? Doesn't she? What about her say over her body and where she sleeps? You see, this is why she left you, Anne Boleyn. So guys, let me know what you think of Destiny's story in the comments. Do you think she tweaked it a little bit to make herself sound better? Do you think Dana and Destiny were more physical than she likes to admit? Do you think Destiny was physical with other girls? Or do you think she just kept it to the emotional cheating? Let me know what you think of Destiny's story down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.